So I'm in new order, all right? What you're going to do to get into the admin section is go to settings. This is what you're going to do every single time, right? And you'll click into brand admin. So only users that have admin credentials will even know this section exists, okay? So if I'm a sales rep, I won't have access to, adjust or manipulate anything within this section.
Okay.
Now, last week we went through how to load your product data.
Yes.
Right? And I sent you over, you might have seen it earlier today. It's a super detailed blank template, basically showing you column per column exactly what you put in there and how to format that out. So that'll be great for you guys to reference moving forward as you continue to upload collections. So what I'm going to do is high level go through each of these sections, right? So you have product data and settings, inventory, images and pricing, companies and users, and then brand information, okay? Now, assuming you'll just be loading collections in bulk, like at a time, I'm going to skip product gallery because this really, although I guess I could note for the merchandising section. So this may not really be a big piece for you guys, but good to know you have the ability to do it. So if I click into the product gallery, you'll see I have the ability to merchandise, enable, and edit. So if I merchandise, you really have the ability to mix and match how these are aligned and showing up within new order.
Okay.
Now, if you prefer, so once you're done, you just save these changes. There's a couple different ways you can filter this as a default. So right now it is set by merchandise. So this would show up exactly how you've cherry picked for these to display, right? But if you prefer, we could also set recently added as your default. So this is what I showed you a screenshot of yesterday.
Yes.
Right. So if you want, we could always have it show recently added first. We could do style number alphabetically. So any of these we can set up. You just have to let me know, and we'll just turn it on the back end. So for the time being, it's still on merchandise, but do know you can change that if you want.
Okay.
Now, if I go back into brand admin, I want to draw your attention to product banners, which you guys may or may not be using today. Okay, so you do have a couple. So these allow you to create custom banners, right? And they'll show up across the product. So you might actually have a couple of examples today. Let me see. So it looks like you don't have any currently turned on. I'll just show you an example from a demo portal then. And like I said, they're customizable, so you could do, best sellers, new releases, just added, things like that. And then you can choose your color scheme as well. So
is it kind of like a line list that or what we want to put?
So here's an example. Top seller. This would be a product banner.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can plug them in. So the way you would set this up personally, or actually let me go back to the NoXs portal. And bear with me, it might be a bit delayed because I'm sitting on our back deck. So I'm a bit far from the Wi-Fi, but if you click into the product banner section right here, really simple, just do add new banner, right? And that could be, for instance, bestseller. Choose your color, right? And then I can save.
Okay, and we drop the stuff in there. Now, when we drop stuff in there, does it remove it from the other sections that it's in, or?
So to apply these product banners, what you would do is, probably the quickest way for you is just go to product gallery.
Mm-hmm.
What you do is click edit.
Yeah.
Now this triggers a little pencil. So this allows you to apply it on an individual basis.
Okay.
And you scroll down and you'll see all my product banners. So I can turn this on and then just save.
Oh.
I'd be here.
All right. So, and you know, you could have like 15 different product banners if you want.
Okay.
You can only have one enabled at a time, which I'm sure, I mean, you don't want to completely block your image with banners anyway, so that's why it's limited. But
Okay, so if it's in the banner, though, it's not in the other section?
what do you mean by other section?
Hang on, close this.
So if you turn this on, the next time you go to wholesale
Yeah.
to your products, you're going to see that banner now enabled for whatever style you've turned it on for.
Oh, it's going to be like a banner saying.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But they're still going to be there.
Yeah, so it's meant to be like a notification for a buyer. So for instance, you know, maybe like 20% off or like new order exclusive, right? Something like that.
Okay.
You go to banner and then.
Okay, product banners. Now, I touched on the image naming convention last week, and this was clear. It was important to draw some attention to because up until this point, or at least for the last year or so, it looks like you guys have just been basically loading images one by one, which is much more time consuming. So what I would recommend is resetting your image naming convention. Just start completely fresh. So you'll notice there's a couple different ways I can set this up, right? So you can choose your separator. So it could be an underscore, it could be a hyphen, it could be a period. You can realize this is going to dictate how you're going to name your images when they're still on your desktop. So before they even been uploaded into New Order, right?
Okay.
So this is, I've never seen an image naming convention like this. Personally, what I would recommend, probably most common, well, think about it like this, actually. Let's go back. Because this is all going to be pulling from your product data, right? So if you download, let's just do a horizontal format. So most common that I see would be, for instance, style number underscore color. And then you need a unique identifier per image, right? So you can have up to 4 images per item, or per style rather. So think about it like this. Let's go back to it. If we set the new rule, the image naming convention, to be style number underscore color, and then we can do a custom text. So we can do style number underscore color underscore 1. Okay, and that would be image 1. And then image 2 would be style number underscore color underscore 2. Right? And then image 3 would be style number underscore color underscore 3. And then 4 would be underscore 4. So that would be the full capacity if you want to use all 4 images, right? So you don't have to change it now, but if you want, I can set that up because, like I said, that's the most common image naming convention. Do you think that's something that would make sense for you guys? That particular one, the style number underscore color?
I dropped them in? Yeah, I would think.
So just to show you how I can do this, I can do, okay, so we already have style number and here's the product field, right? What I can do now is to add a new field. This is going to be a product field, so it's pulling from your product data. I'm going to choose color.
Okay.
And now I'm going to add one more field, and this is going to be like custom text. So in this instance, it's going to be 1, right? And this is an example of what that's going to look like now.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Style number underscore color, right? And then now I'm going to
black, it would be that style underscore black underscore 2.
for the second image, yeah. So what I'm going to do, if we're going to continue with this, I'm going to update this entire thing, right? So you can see how wacky this has been. None of this matched before. So that's why I'm going to make it identical now. So style number. Let's add a field. Let's do color. Add a field, custom text 2. Okay?
Yeah.
Now image 3. Again, this is super wacky. I have no idea how this got set up this way. product field underscore color.
Underscore 3.
Exactly, yep. And now product field, yeah, this is bonkers. Okay, style number underscore color. And now let's do the custom text 4.
Perfect.
All right, so now this is in place. And be very diligent of this that I'm going to save this now.
Okay.
So now this means moving forward, whenever you guys upload images, in order for it to do a bulk upload, right, you're going to want to name them in accordance with this. So if you're just doing one image per style, that's fine. Just make sure it still has underscore 1.
Okay.
All right, and you'll always be able to reference it here.
Absolutely has to have the style underscore, the color underscore, and the number.
At the very least, yeah, if you're only doing one image for a style, it has to at least have underscore 1.
Okay.
Do me a favor before you guys continue, just quickly, once this is all done and there's a picture of the garment, last time we had a problem, there was a picture of the garment and many blank pictures.
Okay.
Brian hates that. Can we get rid of just the blank pictures? You know what I'm talking about, Max?
I heard a little bit of what you were saying, but I didn't catch the whole thing.
Sorry, it's Mitch, how are you?
Hey, how goes it?
I just walked in my office and I see lovely ladies talking to you. Just a quick question. Last time in the new order, when we did upload everything, my agents were complaining about that we would have a picture of the actual garment, and then there were many blank pictures of nothing, like your squares that belongs to new order.
So odds are, and I've seen that in general, it looks like you guys upload one image per style. So if it's done right, you're not going to see any blank images. I think what they were seeing, and this is what I helped Tina clean up yesterday, was there were still
boxes with like blanks, and it's
right.
Then the questions from the customers are, what, it comes in a more colors, you don't have a picture, right?
Right, so the issue with that was it meant that there had been product data that was uploaded, but there wasn't the correlating image for it attached yet.
All right.
So if this is all done right, you'll never run into that issue.
Now, and I have for you, once you're done with the ladies, are my people going to be able to start today using new order?
Yeah, and I was saying yesterday to Tina, we have everything from Anthony Murado and 11 Paris loaded. So, I mean, they could place orders with it right now.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely.
It says left the building.
Yeah.
But
Doesn't mince words.
I tried to clean it up for yesterday's, but there was a couple of them. I believe it's double entry, so I don't know how to delete it. You delete it, you remove it.
So a good way, kind of like your database, to track that is you can go into image management right here. And I think I showed you guys this last week, but this is where you can track all of your unlinked images.
Yeah.
So what you can do is literally just take them and drag and drop them if you know what they correlate with.
Yeah.
Or what you could do now.
Max, I think she's saying is that we have two of the same.
Yeah. Like,
Duplicates.
I'll tell you where it is. You know where you showed me the yesterday? Go back.
Oh, the report?
Product.
To
Product there, on top right there.
what are you looking for product data?
So go to your left. There's a product button here at the top underneath the little house thing.
Yeah, hold on. Let me refresh.
And I drag to this. No, I can't even.
You can.
Yeah? This one here.
So do you mean within image management?
No,
No, what do you call these things? Panels.
the icon on the left.
Uh-huh.
Go up here. There's products.
Right.
Okay. And then you told me to go to here.
Oh, yeah, to filter by recently added.
Okay, so
So
some
you-
of them,
Yeah, so some of these it isn't attached.
yeah, but I some of them I don't have colors, so like, what do I do with it?
Oh, you mean you don't have, so you're saying you have one image representing like 7 different colors, for instance?
Basically.
Basically, but let's say they're gonna upload it. Is there like because how would they know this is spring 18?
Well, if you uploaded it under that, then it'll fall into that category. So spring, summer 2018.
But when you go to your main page, there's other ones like new order for Anthony. There's like spring 17, fall 17. Will there be an icon there for them?
So you can create these yourselves. That's what a lot of people do. It's really simple. You just go to line sheet section.
Okay. And just add.
You just do create new. You can drag and drop what we call a hero image. So you can make a little banner, like a lifestyle image or something like that. And then you can literally just do add items. And if you want, you could individually drag and drop, or I can just filter based on the season.
Yeah.
And so I could do like spring, summer 2018.
We'd like all the 18 and under one banner, max.
If you can do that.
Yeah, so that way, what you guys might want to do, so there's 2 ways you can do this. Let's actually do this. So I'm going to actually cancel this out. This is another shortcut that we introduced with 4.0. So let's do first season, right? So you just want spring, summer 2018?
Yeah.
All this. So see if I hover over it, it triggers this little box. What I can do is click into it. Now it says select all the meet search and filter criteria. So now I'm going to select, this is my bulk selection, right? Actions, I'm going to add this to a line sheet. I'm going to create a new line sheet. What would you like me to call this line sheet? Anthony Murato, spring, summer 2018?
SS 18, please.
Is there an H or no? Is that correct?
No H.
No H?
No, there's no H, Max.
Anthony, okay. SS 18, is that cool? Does that look good?
Yeah.
All right, so now I've created it. What I can do now is go to a line sheet section. So this is it right now, right? Now it's inactive because I have to, me or you guys have to deliberately publish it, essentially. So now what I'm going to do, I've just done like the foundation of it for you. What you can do now is enable notes. If you want to put notes in here, you can change how it actually aligns, like how many, the breakdown per line here. And then see here it says view line sheet settings. That's what I just clicked. If you want to now make this visible, just click active.
Click it.
Click it.
Okay. Now, I'd recommend putting an image in here because otherwise it's going to just be a blank space.
Can't you put the other one, like the same as the spring 17?
What, this one?
Yeah.
Or the... Yeah, you absolutely can. You just have to drag it in. I assume you guys have that on your desktop. So just put it in, and then that'll be good to go instantaneously. So what you could also do, just food for thought, you can set this as your default page. So like if I'm like a sales rep or a buyer and I log in, instead of seeing the all products gallery, which is like everything under the sun, the first thing they see is your line sheets page. So you're just automatically curating that experience, right? And guiding them towards your collections.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
How do we go about it? How do we go about it again?
To do what? To set up line sheets as your default page?
Yeah.
If you want to do that, I have to trigger that on the back end. So just let me know and I can...
yeah. No?
Yeah.
Yeah, do it.
You do want to do it? Okay. I
Or
love. It's like the impulse right now. You guys are like, let's just go for it. Okay, cool.
they want to plug in. They want to start tomorrow.
All right. Cool. So, I think we went through this last week, but there's two ways to upload your images. I don't know if you
All
guys.
your, they should see
Yeah.
your project galleries and should be able to go from there, no? That makes more sense, does it not?
Sorry, you faded out a little bit there. What was the question?
I was saying when the customers or the sales agencies go in, they really shouldn't be able to see all your products. They should be able to see what you just showed us, where they can go and pull from whatever line we've got going, right?
I don't think it's necessarily detrimental to have the all products gallery. Like some people like to have that control because they can filter it however they want to, and they might have a specific, request. Like maybe they have a retailer that wants to see every single gray across all seasons, for instance, or all brands. You know what I mean? Plus, you can buy.
Will they access to like be able to see all grays in every season?
Yes. Yeah, so for instance, like in that example, they would just select their color.
Okay.
Okay.
And then they would find further by which seasons they want to check off.
Got it.
So I think it is good to lead with the line sheet as the default because
Yes.
I think every sales rep ever has told me the worst thing they can do is overestimate the competency of their buyers. So definitely better to handhold as much as possible. Okay.
Section to the ridiculous, Max.
So, like I said, there's two ways you can upload, right? There's the classic upload product images. So this is manual drag and drop. And again, once you get to this stage, this is assuming you've already named your images in accordance with the image naming convention, right?
Okay.
Now, the other way, which is I would definitely recommend, would be if you have a Dropbox, which I think you guys did. Okay, no, you don't yet. Do you guys have a Dropbox?
So next season going forward, we will use your template. We'll fill that up and we'll drop it in here, correct?
Yeah, so for this, you'll actually have to create a direct connection with your Dropbox. So if you don't have Dropbox today, that's fine. It's free. So I'd recommend looking into it just because you can create a Dropbox account and then you can create a folder within it. It says like new order uploads, for instance. And then you can bulk upload, 500 images within like 2 minutes if you wanted.
Okay, so how did we do this time around?
We slapped him in the Dropbox last time, did we not? Or we put them in the upload?
I am not positive because I didn't do it for you guys, but my assumption is that you drag and dropped, or what had previously been done before we talked at all last week, I think, was they were going to the product gallery, going into edit, and literally one by one just dragging and dropping.
That's what they were doing.
That's what, which works, but for efficiency, it's definitely not your best bet.
Nope.
So yeah, it's not required to do Dropbox, and it's not like you're doing crazy uploads all the time, so it's not the end of the world. But
Every obviously, right? Like we did this time.
Yeah, this time around, looks like you guys did it manually.
Oh, for the images?
Yeah, I'm not positive, but I would assume just because the Dropbox settings aren't in place yet. So.
Okay.
So next season, this Dropbox, you have to create it for us, and then so we can have access?
No, so this is your personal Dropbox. So what you would need to do if you want to do this is you'd have to go to like Dropbox.com or whatever their site is, and then you, as NoXs, can create your own free Dropbox account.
Okay.
And then you can just go in here and you can authorize new order access so that they actually speak to each other as a constant link.
Okay.
All right. All right. So now I want to, this is pretty bare bones stuff, but companies and users, this is basically just how you're able to control who has access to this portal.
Okay.
So for instance, manage brand users, this is going to show me everybody that has access to your portal today.
Okay.
As far as brand users, these aren't retailers or anything like that.
This
Now,
Jenny Hernandez is no longer here. I was supposed to be replace, I was supposed to replace as her. Okay.
Okay.
Place it now, or?
Yeah, so you can replace her. Well, it can go either way. So do you have access to like this login, this email, and her password, or no?
No.
Okay. So what you could do then is put in your name, email, get set up, and then you can actually do replace a former user,
Okay.
and then you'll select Jenny.
Okay.
Do that when you have a chance. If it gives you any issues, feel free to call into Heroes, because it might need to enable an additional seat space just for that swap, but I think you should be good.
Okay.
But yeah, so just do that, save new user, and then what it's going to do is send you an email prompting you to create your own password, and then you can log in
Okay.
and go from there, okay?
Okay.
All right. So the final section I want to walk you guys through, and it's really straightforward, honestly, is brand information. This is what we're going to control all of your in-app branding. So, for instance, brand settings, this is all of your general information, right? Like, this is what shows up when somebody finds you on New Order. This is your contact information, right? Weekly digests. You guys can put in emails here, because what it does is it sends out, it's every Wednesday morning, I believe. Basically like a snapshot of the previous week. So like what were total sales, how many...
Wait. Really?
Mhm.
Neat.
Yeah, total sales, how many buyers have logged in, how many easy orders were sent out, how many orders were placed. And it'll show you a side-by-side comparison. So it'll say you're up 22% this week, you're down 50%. So it's just a nice snapshot, particularly for somebody, for instance, like Mitch or like Bridget, that may not necessarily be like in the trenches, as it were, but wants to just keep a nice, bird's eye view. This is a great way to throw them in here.
Okay.
And I'm in here too, because I like to creep on activity as your account manager. Sales contact list. This is worth noting. I imagine you guys have probably never seen your branded login page, so let's see what it looks like. Is it NoXs?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so usually when I show people this, they're like, wow, that image is 5 years old, but if it looks good, that's great. Now, this is your property as far as I'm concerned, and you should be concerned. So this is like, you want to gear traffic in this direction. I realize, brand equity is essentially your sales arm, but I always recommend, if you guys have like an e-commerce page or like, hey, shop our wholesale, you can just copy and paste this, right? And then if I work you today, I can just log in. So it's like it's just like any other e-commerce site, right? So in addition, you can include this in your email signatures, things like that. Just to help people kind of stumble upon it and discover this. And then once I log in, it's going to bring me directly to the NoXs portal.
Oh, okay.
And now, the rest of the brand info section, this will pick up for me. There we go. So branded login info, managed media, this is all like lifestyle images, things like that. So this is how you can update what shows up on your login page right now. So these are those backgrounds, right? And the same thing, just drag and drop. It's going to tell you how to name or how to size your images, right? Also, I don't know if it's maybe something you want to loop in the brand itself for, but what you can also do is manage media. And this allows you to upload tons of different stuff. You can upload lookbooks, sizing guides, if you have behind the scenes videos, collaborations, things like that. It's really simple to do. Add a new campaign gallery, drag and drop. Obviously, it's kind of unique for you guys since, you know, brand equity, the showroom, they may not necessarily lead with this when they're selling, but just to show you some examples, what we also have built in is something called hotspots, which is basically the same thing as like shopping Instagram. So I'll just show you an example from a demo portal. And this is huge too for like trade shows because people used to print catalogs. Now they can have an iPad and they go page for page, right?
Yeah.
And then they can have hotspots, so it allows you to shop that product. So it's like an interactive lookbook.
Hey.
So again, you know, I know brand equity is across all this because they manage tons of brands that are on New Order, but definitely worth noting you have this at your fingertips to implement. And if the brand has that type of stuff, you know, it can't hurt. Now, what I'd recommend, because I'm gonna get cut a little bit short. I have to meet with my manager at, it would be 3:15 your time. So the good thing though is we went through all the stuff that really required, you know, like a full training wheel kind of walkthrough. All the stuff within here, like I said, is super straightforward as far as just updating images and things like that. You just add new press gallery. So again, if you have like a collaboration you did, a video, you can just drag and drop the montage or behind the scenes, whatever it is. And also assets. So this could be useful for your brand equity people. If you have like sizing guides from the brand or even like collateral that a retailer could use. You know, maybe you have like a high-res banner that they can print out or, you know, scan or something. There's a lot of ways that you could use this to your advantage.
Okay, can we go like, let's say I'm a customer, I'm getting in. So what's the process?
So that branded login page I just showed you, they would go put in their email address that they have synced up with New Order, whatever password that they've created. For security purposes, I do not have access to passwords, neither do you guys. And then once they log in, for now, this is the first page they see. But once I update it, line sheets will be the first page they see. And they won't see these inactive. These are only visible to brand users like yourselves.
Okay, you still have to upload.
So yeah, I'm going to update it so line sheets is their default page, correct?
Okay, so when...
Max, can you take that Anthony Morato? Would that be possible to copy and paste it into the SS18 as well on top? Like, yeah, that
what
one.
I'd recommend is taking the original image, because basically I'd be screenshotting this and doing it, and it would probably look kind of distorted. So I'd recommend is taking the original image. You can go in.
Yeah, where it is.
Yeah.
Just put whatever for now.
Okay. Well, yeah, you can also put in a filler or whatever you want just to drag and drop. But I'd recommend you guys at least finding some high-res image instead of taking it from a browser. You know what I mean? It's just going to look a lot better. Visibly so, too, because these are all high-res.
Okay.
So, yeah, you can. It doesn't have to be identical. You can pull whatever. I mean, you could even go to just, like, I'm sure if you just looked up, you know, like do like a quick Google search. Yeah, you could pull any of these. Just make it look legit. Or just request from the brand. I imagine they would give you something, right?
Yeah. Our Italians?
Yeah, you're Italians. Ask your Italians, and maybe they can help you out.
Okay, so when you click here,